Gentlemen, and welcome here to the Plex in sunny Irmo, South Carolina. I am J.P. Berry, my partner Austin McConnell is currently doing the PA for senior night as the seniors from the University of South Carolina Club women's hockey team are being acknowledged here in this season finale against the Georgia Bulldogs. The Bulldogs of Georgia coming to this game 4-7 on the year and are 0-4 against the Gamecocks. Georgia is 5th in the College Hockey South Women's Division and have a negative 44 goal differential. For the home team, the Gamecocks sit at 5-1 with a plus 53 goal differential, 4-0 against the Bulldogs, and lost in the College Hockey South Tournament Championship to the Tampa Spartans by a score of 4-3. The Gamecocks 5-1 on the season, looking to end it off here strong here from the Plex. Austin will be back to do play-by-play work here. Kick things off here. We're going to get stuff ready, and we will be right back after a short break to bring you some women's hockey here on SGTV.
And puck drop underway. We want to thank you for joining us here on SGTV. It's South Carolina and the Georgia Bulldogs. My name is Austin McConnell. And you heard J.P. Berry in the intro. We want to welcome you to this Saturday afternoon senior night for the Carolina women's hockey.
And you know, Austin, coming into this, South Carolina dealing with some injuries with big-time senior Charlie Kutchman out for, the rest of this season. With a lower body injury. She has 8 points in just 2 games. One of the Gamecocks' key players, but as we've seen over the course of this season, it hasn't been a one-man show.
As that puck is chased back down, we'll get an icing and we'll get a face-off. Most likely to the right of Sage Legault, in goal for the Georgia Bulldogs, and a goal for Carolina tonight. You've got your very own Kelly Ahern.
Welcome back to the world's loudest sound system here at the Plex.
Good crowd here on hand tonight for senior night. Face-off is won back to the point. Here's a shot. Good save made by Legault. Georgia's going to start the breakout process. It's stolen away, then regained possession by Ooks. Ooks, a very solid player. Having won the 2024 College Hockey South Women's Division MVP, she has 27 goals in 11 games played. As it looks like we're going to get an offsides here.
Yeah, she's the big driver of the engine for Georgia on the year. Like you said, one of the best players in the entirety of College Hockey South. 27 goals. How many of that is of Georgia's total on the season?
It's a lot. Georgia.
A high percentage. That's 27 out of 54.
98 goals against, though, has been the difference maker. A minus 44 goal differential. On the other side of that, the Gamecocks have a plus 53 goal differential. There's a shot by Ooks that goes wide. Good save by Ahern. Puck is kept in at the point. Ooks scoops it up. Good defense from the Gamecocks. They're going to start the breakout process. A nice move, a slew foot there. We're going to keep playing. Back into the Georgia zone. It's Madison Jennings trying to get it out. Can't do so. Carolina will keep it in. Right in front of the cage, a backhander and a good save by Legault.
I'm starting to see why Georgia has such a outstanding amount of goals allowed on the season. You know, allowing traffic out in front of your goalie. South Carolina had a skater just completely unoccupied right in front of the net. Got a great opportunity, but a better save by Legault.
Face-off is tied up. Then it's won by the Cox and can't be cleared out. She'll fight for it along in the corner. That puck's going to go around the cage. It's scooped up by Catherine Stutzman. She'll send it back around the boards. Puck kept in at the point by Nessa Nolette. Zoe Elwell on the puck now. She's going to take it from the left-hand side. She makes a nice move to the center. Try to get one out in front. It just goes awry. Slapshot tried to tip it in front. That was a good chance. But Georgia's zone is going to clear it out the zone. We want to thank Georgia for coming into Irmo, South Carolina here today and making the trip. A little short-handed there on the bench. Some longer shifts, whereas Carolina's got almost double the amount of players. Here's Ooks in. Shot. Save made by Ahern. And she'll get an applause from the crowd.
Good glove save there off a nice little chance for Georgia on the rush. And back and forth play between both these teams. South Carolina, an extended stay in the Georgia offensive zone. Couldn't quite get anything out of it. But that's what you want to see if you're the Gamecocks. Just continue to generate those opportunities. But now Georgia off the face-off.
Face-off won by Ooks. Now she's going to take a shot. That's another good save by her, and it's going to go up and over the net. Now the Gamecocks will start the clear-out process yet again. She's going to spin away from Ooks. This is Hadley Green. Hadley Green through center. They got a 3-on-2 odd-man rush. Hadley Green takes a shot. That just goes wide of the net. Here's a follow-up chance. Pass intercepted. Kept in at the zone. Turning with it now is Haley McLarney. Puck along the boards. They're going to kick and dig for it. Ooks is going to clear it the length of the ice, where it'll be an icing, and we'll get another face-off in the Georgia zone.
We have a little bit of a uniform mismatch as for the Gamecocks. Number 5, Haley McElharney has red shorts on, or red pants, but the rest of the team with the black buckets, black pants, nice little white gradient jersey.
Yeah, very nice jerseys indeed.
A big fan of Georgia's. I think Georgia's look is nice. We got 2 nice uniforms here on this nice Saturday afternoon here in Irmo.
Puck is behind the cage now. Centered out in front and goes off the side of the cage. Now chance up top. Now there's a scrap for it along the right side. Good speed there from Green to get on the puck. Hadley Green makes a nice move through center. Another nice move as she crosses the blue line. She takes a shot and another good save by Legault. She's standing on her head for this Georgia defense right now. Puck along the right side boards. It's Green again. Another nice move. She's going to step in and try and center it out. It was blocked. She regains possession. A backhander towards the cage. A good save by Legault again. Now off the boards and played out. This is Lauren Newman. Getting the puck back to Green. Green's going to look up ice. Spin away from Sunny Yang. Yang on the pressure. Hadley Green skating away at the end of her shift. She's going to center it across the ice. It's deflected and knocked away by Bailey Lesko. But coming back through center now. Block shot. Now comes back out in front. Comes just behind the Gamecock women. They couldn't get on it. Now here's Paige Ukes coming back through center. Nice move. Ukes will dump and chase. Hadley Green on it again. Ukes trying to distract her. She's going to get a good stick lift, and they're going to battle for it in the corner now. Ukes slams on the brakes. Tried to go to the cage, and it's stopped by Ahern. Might have gone off the side of the net there. Now Green back through center. Here's a 3-on-2 developing for the Gamecocks. Green winds up, takes a slapper right into the pads of Georgia defenseman Bailey Lesko. Now back through center. Morgan Alwatt is going to go chase it in. He comes around the boards and fresh off the bench. It's number 10, Claire DeVito, a shot, a good save by Legault. Legault's staying in the crease very well here tonight, being a brick wall. Now cutting to the cage. Here's a shot. That might have just gone off the post. Back to the point it comes. Now it's sent to the ice. Now it's stolen. A shot just goes wide of the cage again. Carolina with good pressure here offensively. Georgia looking for the response as they come back through center. Puck is stolen, and here's Nessa Nillette. She takes a spill, and now it's picked up by McLarney. McLarney off the boards to her teammate, the assistant captain, Hannah Knight. Off the skates of McLarney, she's going to regain possession and take it back through center. McLarney, a nice move. McLarney's in. Shot just goes wide of the net again. Camille Jennings battling for it now. It's going to come back to McLarney. McLarney leans into a slap shot that just goes wide. Cleared out of the zone. Carolina's going to get their line change and get their respective members out on the ice. Now Ukes makes a collision. Puck stays in the zone. No offsides for Georgia, but they're going to turn this puck over, and it's going to come out of the zone now. That's all the way across to Hadley Green. Hadley Green, a nice move through center. She's across the blue line. Hadley Green has one man to beat. Takes a slap shot and a good save by Legault.
That's Legault's sixth save already. She's been very, very busy. South Carolina has just truly gotten after it. Georgia just doesn't really seem like they're trying to protect their end of the ice, and they're not pushing and overextending themselves, but they're also just refusing to take advantage of some opportunities to go to the other end.
Now here's Ukes, the high-scoring forward for Georgia. She's going to walk in, take a shot, and scores! Paige Ukes gets Georgia on the board first. And that's just the first of many we're expecting tonight from number 18 in red.
That is her 28th goal on the season. And just, I mean, what a great move. The freshman from Canada just went forehand, backhand, and then ripped it past the goalie Arn, glove side. And the Bulldogs with an early lead here with 7:34 remaining in the first period.
Ukes, a very good player. Played for the Junior Predators. Like you mentioned, she's from Canada. She is second in the College Hockey South in scoring and points. She has 6 hat tricks in 11 games played. She's looking for another one tonight, as here's a good rebound, sent towards the cage, and another big save by Legault. Clearing the zone now for Georgia is Hannah Knight. Good forecheck pressure.
I think South Carolina just got away with an offsides there.
They tag up. Georgia with possession now. Now they'll lose it through center. It'll come across, and we're going to get our first penalty of the game. As finally the ref blows the whistle. That was Aldward going hard into the boards off the trip.
Yeah,
that was Captain Stutzman.
She's a little slow to get up to her feet. And, you know, depth is certainly a noted issue for this Georgia, almost said Georgetown, this Georgia squad, and so they can't afford an injury, especially to someone as important as Allward. But she's up, and she's skating off under her own power, so it seems good. Standing ovation here from the crowd in the Plex. 6:45 to go in the first period. It's going to be a power play for the Georgia Bulldogs. They look to extend their lead, up 1-0 off of an earlier goal. If you're just now joining us, that gets Georgia's season goal differential down to -43.
South Carolina has had some issues with the penalties. This is going to be their 32nd penalty minute. Georgia, on the other hand, has been very disciplined on defense, having only 12 penalty minutes.
There is not icing on a penalty kill. I'm not exactly sure what Georgia just did.
Georgia was looking for a whistle there as there's one centered back towards the goalie Legault, and she'll make another easy save. 9 power play goals for Georgia on the season in their 11 games played. 1 power play goal against them. Like I said, they haven't had many shorthanded opportunities. South Carolina has 3 power play goals and 4 power play goals against them as well. So they definitely complement each other, whether positively or not. Now, back to the point, looking for a shorthanded one here, as there's a slap shot that stayed on the ice and goes wide. It was deflected. Now it's number 5 for the Gamecocks, Haley McLarney behind the cage. She gets it stolen away by Ukes. Ukes has a goal here tonight already. Here's a shot from the point. Blocked.
Georgia's doing a good job of blocking shots, especially when,
Well, contact there in the corner. Madison Jennings went down. Now Ooks back to center, makes a nice move. She's going to start the power play rush here. From the blue line, she takes a clapper, and that's going to be stopped by a Hearn.
Another good save. And, with 1:07 here to go on the power play, with 5:52 remaining in the first, Georgia is going to try this offensive zone face-off. It'll be stick side for Iron. And Georgia, that little segment notwithstanding, it feels like they have some good momentum right now as they win the face-off here.
Now it's stolen. Here comes Crouch. Crouch trying to get ahead of the D-man, and she can't get there. She will regain possession of the puck, try to get it out in front. Now a battle for it along the boards. It's sticked aside by Legault. Legault having a good night so far. Here's a cutter. Stolen. Back at the point. A shot. Another good save by Legault. Out in the corner, it's Lauren Newman. Newman sends one out in front. It's going to come back to Crouch. Crouch tried to get it back to her. She could not. Now off the boards, it'll be cleared out. 30 seconds remain on the penalty kill for the Carolina Gamecocks. And just about 3/4 of the way through this period, a shot is sent towards Ahern. She's going to have trouble with it, but we'll stop it from going in.
That was Ahern's 5th save of the game, which is in stark contrast to Legault's 11 by my count.
Yeah.
So, take that with the grain of salt needed, ladies and gentlemen at home. But a face-off coming here, glove side. Georgia, plenty of time left on this power play, and, it hasn't really felt like a power play, but these teams just trying to get their legs up under them.
Yeah, glad you're doing the counting, not me. Math was not my strong suit.
Well, that's why we're in journalism.
Here's a good stick check and good speed from Aria Dominique. A 2-on-0 back the other way. Dominique goes to the backhand. A big save by Legault. Killing the rest of this penalty out of the box. And we're back to 5-on-5 as there's a shot that goes wide. It's going to come back to the point now. Like I mentioned, 5-on-5 action as Newman will dump it around the boards. Centered out in front. Carolina retains possession. Here's a shot, a blocker save from Legault. Legault doing very well so far. Continued pressure out in front, and Legault falls on it. That was deflected right at her face mask and fell to her feet. Almost trickled in there, but it remains 1-0 Georgia.
The net front presence for South Carolina, it cannot be understated, and the pressure is ramping up off the penalty kill. As the Gamecocks look for the equalizer, it'll be a face-off coming stick side against Legault, but Legault with the blockers has been really impressive in the early onset of this game. She has been able to control the crease very well and has snuffed out all sorts of danger. Face-off comes
This is going to come to her again. She's going to instead send it to the left side. It's going to come back to the net. Shot. Bouncer. Rebound. Oh, just went over the stick. Now putting one back on just over the net. Carolina, like you mentioned, again with that good net front presence, good pressure on offense. Puck is kept in the zone. One-timer from the point, just goes wide. Chasing it now is Crouch. Crouch toe drags. Tries to get it out in front. Ooks playing good defense. Can't clear it out. Now will be cleared the length of the ice for Georgia. And that looked intentional to maybe get a breath with the short numbers they have.
Yeah, she was trying to get it off the boards so it wouldn't be icing, but she just missed out on it. And so we have the face-off coming back here into the Georgia zone. Back and forth has been the name of the game so far here in the first period, but it's been some fun. The Gamecocks continuing to press the advantage, looking to get the Georgia Bulldogs on their heels.
Gabby Ziegler out there on the right wing, number 18, the senior for the Gamecocks. And if you're just joining us, welcome to SGTV. It's Carolina Women's Hockey and Georgia Women's Ice Hockey in Irmo for the first time tonight. These two teams have seen each other a few times, and it's been all Carolina up until this point, having won 4 times in the very small division of College Hockey South. But it's great to see that women's hockey is growing in the South. Up to 6 teams now.
Absolutely. You know, the first ever women's collegiate hockey game played in the state of South Carolina was between these two teams back in October, where the Gamecocks won 2-1 here at the Plex. It was a lot of fun.
Gamecocks have the 4-0 series advantage over them right now. This is the 5th time they'll play. The last game of the season for both these squads. Both accomplished seasons. Carolina lost in the College Hockey South Championship to University of Tampa. Very close game, a 4-3 match. Heartbreaking loss, but a great first year for the Carolina women's hockey team. Now that was close to being offsides, but they're going to let them play.
We do only have 2 refs here today, so.
Out to the point. It's kept in. Looking for Nillette there. She was circling back to center, playing conservative defense. Now she's going to look for the headman. Everyone gets on sides. Now Nillette will come back through center. Donnelly couldn't hold that one in, and here comes Ooks across the blue line. A snapper, a glove save, knocked down in front. Little miscommunication there for a minute, but Ahern gets on the puck and will stop the time with 2:18 remaining in the first period.
And, you know, that neutral zone turnover, it's really been South Carolina has given some of these opportunities to Georgia. It hasn't exactly been all the Bulldogs on the initiative as we have the faceoff coming here.
Ooks wins the draw, gets a quick shot off, and a good save by Ahern. 4 seconds of time run off, so 2:14 remaining. We'll get a faceoff from the same circle. Stick side of Ahern. Quick shot off the draw by Ooks. That went wide. Might have hit a skate. Looked like it hit Nessa Nillette's. Now up for McLarney. Good speed here for
Great
number
play
10,
off the
Avery
boards.
Bowen. Bowen centers one out in front. A backhand chance. Kick save. And it's kept out. Nillette is going to let one rip from the point. That's going to be blocked in front. Legault doesn't have her stick. A shot hits the loose stick in front of the net. It goes wide.
Does that count as a save?
Crouch.
It's the loose stick.
Nillette walks in. Ooks, good defense. Backhander towards the cage, deflected in front. Crouch is going to go chase it into the corner.
That's the player matchup we want to see.
Ooks takes it from behind her net. Will try and get it out. Takes an awkward bounce for Georgia. Is going to remain in the zone for Carolina. Georgia starting to look a little tired out there. A line change from Bowen here. It's going to come the length of the ice on the arid pass. And Stutzman will come chase it and clear it out for the Gamecocks. She'll bank one off the boards to herself, then try and deflect it out, but it's stolen by Hannah Knight. Hannah Knight gets it stolen back from McLarney, and she'll go the other way. McLarney got through 3 Bulldogs there and creates a 3-on-2 for the Gamecocks. With speed back through center across the blue line. She's got the angle. She takes a shot, and a save by Legault. Legault doing a phenomenal job at goal for Georgia this first period.
That's her 15th save of the ballgame with 48.6 seconds to go in the first period. The Gamecocks getting a lot of odd man rush opportunities to knot this thing up, but Legault, a mixture of Legault, a mixture of Georgia, you know, kind of clogging the paint down low, to use a basketball term, but
Centered out in front, a good chance. Good defense there. Looked like that might have been Hannah Knight as well. Dominique with 35 seconds to go will start out of her own zone and get one last push here in this first period. A battle for it along the boards. Hannah Knight is going to bank it out of there. Carolina's going to wait to get on sides here. 15 seconds remain in the first period. Stutzman has the puck. Catherine sends it towards the cage. Crouch was there. Stutzman gets it back. 7 seconds remain. Tried to wrap it around, and the puck is going to go into the corner and won't be cleared out of the zone, but with 0 on the clock, another wide shot. It's 1-0 in a tight defensive battle. Both goalies playing very well. Georgia leads 1-0 at the end of 20 minutes.
now there's only, the teams are going to the benches. There's a minute timer going down on the scoreboard, so I'm not exactly sure if we're going to have a true intermission here. And the refs are just kind of chilling at center ice by the scores.
It looks like everyone's going to get some water, and then we'll be back for the second period in about 37 seconds. JP, what did you like and what did you not like there in the first period?
Yeah, I really liked the aggressiveness of South Carolina. The process was good. The results haven't quite been there, but they've generated good chances. What I liked for Georgia, Paige Ooks looked outstanding. She, her 28th goal of the season, put the Bulldogs up 1-0 with 7:34 to go in that first period. And as we head here into the second period, also the goaltender play of Sage Legault for the Bulldogs with 15 saves. Really, really good stuff there for the Gamecocks. Just got to keep going at it. Limit your neutral zone turnovers. A lot of Georgia's opportunities came from the Gamecocks giving those away. So you don't exactly want to continue to see that. We are going to, I guess, head straight in to the second period.
Yeah, second period getting underway here. And 15-minute periods. Everyone back over the bench. And on the ice. Got a good crowd on hand here for senior night. The Carolina women's ice hockey first season is coming to an end after today's game. Always some good April hockey going on. You got the Stanley Cup playoffs, the NCAA Frozen Four, and some Carolina women's hockey here. As there's a shot, just goes over the cage. That was a good shot for number 15, Zoe Elwell. It's going to come back into the center ice. Here's Bowen, a shot and a glove save by Legault. And this thing remains 1-0 as we are underway here in the second period. We're going to have a face-off to the glove hand side. Face-off is won. Bowen brings it across to Elwell. Elwell shot just goes wide of the net. Rebound chance. Dominique had a good follow-up chance there. Good kick save.
And a great play with the stick by Legault. I mean, she really was the only only thing standing between Dominique and a great opportunity going in the corner, but South Carolina with an opportunity here.
McLarney across to Bowen. Bowen spinning, a big six save from Legault. And now Ooks will send it the length of the ice. It is deflected, so there will be no icing. And Dominique will go chase the puck behind their own cage. She's going to play it to herself off the boards now. Cuts across the middle of the ice and has some speed. Number 9 wearing white across the blue line. Everyone's on sides. Dominique pulls up, now takes a shot. Pad save there from Legault. Dominique plays it in the corner. Back up to Crouch. Crouch gets a good angle. Puck in front. And Lesko gets her stick lifted, but we'll get it to Hannah Knight, who will start the breakout process for Georgia as Carolina gets a change.
And the problem with South Carolina right now is that a lot of their best opportunities are coming on spinning chances. It's not exactly the most sure-handed way to try and capitalize off of a great opportunity. Whether you're spinning it around or trying to, they're just getting a little too fancy with it. From my point of view, at least.
Morgan Allward a shot. Now from her knees gets a follow-up chance, and now it's going to go behind the cage. She's going to tap it to Sunny Yang, who gets it in the right-hand corner. Turnover there in the Carolina zone. It comes back through center. It's Crouch. Crouch with speed off the skate. Crouch going to try and center it out front. It comes out front. Legault tried to stick it. Puck still loose out in front. And a collision in front. And a shot and a goal. Lauren Newman on the empty net makes it 1-1 after a weird collision in front. Took out Legault. She didn't have her stick or her footing. We're knotted at 1.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised we didn't see many protests for potential goaltender interference on that one. Lauren Newman, her second goal of the season, the sophomore defenseman, tying this one up at 1 with 12:46 to go here in the second period, rather.
Sandstorm over the speakers here in Carolina. The last 4 meetings have been very high scoring between these two. This one, so far, is looking like a defensive battle. It's 1-1, just under halfway through the second. As Ooks gonna try and get back on the board. A glove save there. Ooks gets the puck back, and then it's kicked around. Hadley Green will play it off the end boards. Now up through center, Crouch, just too far. And it's gonna come all the way down the ice, and will be an icing as Crouch was going to have a breakaway had that pass been tape to tape, but it was just a bit far out in front of her. Face-off coming to the right side of Ahern. Her stick hand side, that is. Both goalies playing well tonight. An early goal from Georgia with 7:34 remaining in the first. Gave them the lead. And just about a minute ago, Carolina tied it up off of a wacky goal, but Lauren Newman gets her second. Offsides, waiting for everyone to tag up. They finally do. It's going to come back to Lesko. Bailey Lesko with the puck now. Centers it out in front. Sunny Yang wasn't there. And trying to get it out of the zone now. Here's Donnelly. Ooks brought it across the blue line, and she's offsides. And she's going to call for a change and go get some water.
Yeah, you're with 11:55 to go in the second period. We're back on equal footing, aren't we, Austin? You know, it's a lot like how the first period started, but South Carolina got lucked out with a mass of people colliding in the crease. And now Georgia's going to look to try and respond just like they did in the first period.
Yeah, Georgia got off to a hot start. Carolina fought back, and now Hannah Knight is going to try and rewrite that ship for the Bulldogs, as it will be an icing dumped in. And we'll come back down to the Georgia side of things and get a face-off to the right of Legault, who's having a great night. Was taken out before that sinkhole of the net opened up. Lauren Newman probably couldn't even believe how open the net was, and just was able to pass it in there and tie this thing up. It's going to be Hannah Knight versus Aria Dominic at the face-off. Dominic wins it back. A shot, bouncing in front, rebound, follow-up opportunity. Puck is still loose, and it's cleared out by Knight. Now we've got
a Georgia skater out in front. I think it is.
Looks like Madison Jennings got hit maybe a little up high. She's back on her feet, though, looking like she's going to be good to go. Ref's taking the extra precautions to make sure she's good. She'll be sent to the bench just to be off for the play. Bailey Lesko will come take her spot on the ice. 11:27 remaining in the second period. Face off. Glove side. Off the draw, a quick opportunity for the Gamecocks. They couldn't quite get there. Puck is played for Knight. Stutzman now. Gonna try to keep the puck in. Here's Nolette. Nessa Nolette tried to center it out in front. Couldn't get it. It's gonna come back to her off a lucky bounce. She's gonna move it across to Stutzman. Stutzman fans on a shot. McLarney. McLarney and Stutzman now talk through it. Newman calls it for it off the boards. Good defense from Hannah Knight there. The captain wearing red. Newman. Shot, pad, saved by Legault. Hannah Knight's gonna just clear the zone. Looks like she got some help from Carolina there. Stutzman waiting for it along the blue. It's sent back across looking for Nolette. Icing is called, and we'll go back the other way.
Sorry, I'm I haven't heard that song since the horrendous Alvin and the Chipmunks sequel on the cruise ship.
Have you seen all Alvin and the Chipmunks movies?
The live action ones, yeah. With what's the guy's name? Dave. The guy who dresses up in the pelican suit.
Dave, yeah,
trying
Dave.
to steal the.
Or Ian. That's
dude.
what his name was. Ian.
Yeah. Okay, Uncle Ian. I'm an Uncle Ian truther. As we see, it's a 1-1 game.
Greatest villain of all time, maybe only behind Darth Vader. As there's a glove save there from Ahern. That shot came from Paige Ukes. She's definitely the focus of this offense here. And rightfully so, with her lightning quick hands and skating. It's going to come back to her here in the center. That one blocked off her own teammate. Now loose puck at the top of the key. Dominique now. Across the blue line. Excuse me, that's Morgan Giard. Giard with the loose puck in front. Here's Crouch trying to put one in there. Nice play from Ukes. Paige Ooks back through center. Good play by Hadley Green. Keeping up with her speed. She's going to lose control of it there a little bit. Ooks on the forehand. It's going to get checked away by Hadley. A good battle there between those two. Georgia trying to keep up the offensive pressure as we're under 10 minutes to go in the second. Good cut through center. It's Crouch. Crouch now with the puck. Crouch is in on a breakaway. She has Girard with her. And a save by Legault. A big-time save. And just one of many she's had here this afternoon.
Yeah, that's her 23rd save of the ball game with 9:34 to go here in the second period. Legault has, almost single-handedly kept Georgia kept this game from becoming a laugher as South Carolina has just continued to generate great chances.
Faceoff was won by Georgia, but it came to the Carolina possession as there was a deflection in front. Newman, it goes over her stick. She's going to have to retrieve it through the neutral zone. Sent back around. Carolina tags up. And it will be Madison Jennings now, who try to clear the zone for Georgia. Offsides. And a fan on the pass from Jennings. I think Carolina's still offsides. No, they're going to let him go. As now Stutzman tried the wraparound and couldn't get it to go. Stutzman now tried to center it back out in front. Good defense from Georgia. That'll be sent the length of the ice. And slowly comes to an icing call.
I was wondering if that would have the juice, but it did. Get all across. Right now, it kind of feels like it's all Gamecocks in terms of the momentum of this ball game. Watch for, Ooks to try and get up and go to try and generate some kind of chances for Georgia, just anything. Right now, it feels like that the Gamecocks really do have the Bulldogs on their heels. And, it's starting to get a little dicey, even for the great Legault.
Little one-sided here as that faceoff was won by Dominique, but it came to the possession of Georgia. And that one was tipped, so there will be no icing. It was deflected on its way down to the Carolina zone. Nolet will have to go retrieve it. Off the boards it comes to Stutzman. Back through center, here's Dominique. Dominique going around. Stutzman calling for it in front of the net. Dominique's going to take a shot. And a big save by Legault again. Jennings tried to backhand it out of there. She's going to go retrieve her own puck. It'll come across the blue line, and Carolina's going to have to tag up once more. Offsides. Yeah, we both kind of saw it there. We were like, that's a little close.
I'm not exactly sure she's going to make it. It's like watching Indiana Jones try to roll under the sliding or the door closing at the last second. I'm like,
from the boulder.
Well, this time they didn't make it.
First face-off in the neutral zone that's not at center ice. It's going to be number 82, Genevieve Crouch, against the one and only Paige Ooks. Face-off won by Ooks.
And here I thought we were just going to get Panic at the Disco during live action. I wouldn't exactly complain.
It felt like some pickup hockey there for a minute. Is this one stolen and back through center? With the puck now. A shot. Oh, and a big save by Legault again. Playing phenomenal. That was Zoe Elwell. So it's going to come back to McLarney. Try to get over to Elwell. Oh, it comes to her off the stick of Legault, and she's going to circle back and set something up. Crouch out in front of the net. It comes to Crouch. It goes past her skates. Come the length of the ice, and now it's going to be a race for it.
Yeah, it's just a missed opportunity. You have two people wide open right in front of the crease, and you just don't pass it to either of them. It's just an unfortunate, happenstance for the Gamecocks. Just, if Georgia does score again in this period to retake the lead, that's an opportunity that you'll look back on. But
Hadley Green going behind the cage. She lost control of the puck. She'll retrieve it in the corner now. She's going to pull one out for McLarney, who had a good opportunity in the slot there. But it comes off her stick and goes into the corner. McLarney going to try and cut towards the cage now. And Crouch will battle with Sunny Yang along the boards. Now center back out in front. Fanning on it, and a big pad save by Legault right on the doorstep. Keeps this thing at 1. A scrum for it in the corner. Hadley Green deciding what to do with it. She spins out of there, takes a slap shot. That goes wide. Elwell with the puck for the Gamecocks. She's going to give it to McLarney. McLarney tried to center one back out front. Puck is still loose. Bowen was there, and she could not get that one to go past Legault. 6:11 in the second period remain. We're still tied at 1 apiece.
Yeah, and like I said, it hasn't changed much. It's still feeling all Gamecocks here. It feels like they're just, one big break, one puck bounce away from taking the lead in this one for the first time. But credit to Georgia. They've bent, but they haven't broken. So we'll see if they can start to try and get on the attack themselves.
Dominique wins the faceoff for the Gamecocks. She got in front of the screen there, went off her pad, and after an awry pass, Carolina is going to lose it out of the zone. And touching up there will be offsides. We're moseying along through this game, about halfway there. A defensive battle as we're going to come down to the other end of the ice, where there will be a face-off to the right side of Kelly Ahern, who's been probably bored down there. She hasn't really faced many shots this second period, whereas it's been a busy day for Legault. He's now back to center. Here comes Aria Dominic on the breakaway, backhand, big poke check, and a stop. The crowd groans as they thought they were going to get the second goal of the afternoon.
I mean, just what can't Legault do? I mean, she looked like Piotr Kochetkov with the poke check there. I mean, that was truly something special to disrupt that, one-on-none breakaway chance for the Gamecocks to finally take the lead. And
here's another nice move. Dominic, slap shot, pad save, rebound, scores! Following up on the rebound, Carolina goes up 2-1.
And finally, following up, just, doing what you're supposed to do in a situation like that pays off dividends for the Gamecocks. A big, big, big goal as they take a 2-1 lead. Legault had the tremendous save on the first shot. Couldn't quite control the rebound. It leaked out to someone trailing the shooter, and lo and behold, the Gamecocks have taken the lead.
That was Morgan Giard cleaning up the loose puck there in front and putting it home for her 7th goal of the season, the fashion major from Auburn, Maine. Gamecocks take the lead, 2-1 is their first lead of the afternoon. As the horn goes off again. Offsides, they touch back up. Crouch is going to go play chase along with Stutzman on the right side. No icing. It's waved off by the Stripes. And Ukes will get the forecheck going. Ukes does a great job, but it comes back to Hadley Green. Ukes and Green have been going at it a bit today. Looks like Green's going to win this one as she's going to come back through the neutral zone with possession. She's got the edge, the step, and the shot just goes over the top of the net. Stutzman now sends it back towards Legault. She steers it away with ease. Donnelly looks like she blew a tire on the right side there. And now back to the center. More pressure here from the Gamecocks. Here's a shot and a big-time save. Follow-up chance just goes wide. Puck can't be cleared out quite yet. It's Crouch out of her reach. Bailey Lesko backhands it out for Georgia. It will be icing. If it goes the length, it does not. Our official in action today is going to wave that one off as it did not have the juice to get there. Nice move through center. Here comes Green again. Green cross ice. No icing or offsides there either. Georgia defense kind of unaware to be fouled. A rebound just goes wide. That was Hannah Donnelly. That will be an icing as it goes the length of the ice. Both these teams look a little tired here.
Yeah, with 3:43 to go here in the second period, it has remained all Gamecocks. Georgia just, I think they're really going to start to, harp on themselves for missing some of those opportunities in the first period that they had. And, like you said, for the Gamecocks, Ahern hasn't had many opportunities against this period. So it's both a blessing and a curse there because it means the Gamecocks are controlling the game in their offensive zone. But it also means that if Georgia can get something going, if she's not, still quite locked in, it could result in an easier opportunity resulting in a goal for Georgia.
Carolina going to try and extend their lead, get a big cushion here. There's a shot blocker save. And it's kept out by Georgia's own. Giard scored the most recent goal of the game, giving the Gamecocks a 2-1 lead. There's a shot from Bowen that just goes wide. Blocker save. Newman wanted Bowen to get a tip out in front. Got a stick on it, but it went wide. It's kept in by Nillette. Nillette has McLarney. It goes off the skates of Hannah Knight. Hannah Knight back through center now for the Georgia Bulldogs. Hannah Knight backhands one towards the cage. And it will be frozen by Ahern.
This is the part of the game where the difference in roster size, I think, is really starting to take hold. South Carolina can get to their bench to a level that Georgia just they can't, based on limitations. That's not anyone's fault, but for this game at least, and they just have to dig deep. They have a great opportunity here.
Face-off one in their own zone by Carolina. Jennings keeps it in for Georgia, but after some traffic in front, back through center, Dominic. Oh, what a nice move. Dominic with some ice to work with. Paige Ooks going for a big hit there. Sonny Yang trying to yank the puck from Dominic. Dominic's going to send one on cage from center ice. Easily steered aside by Legault. Lesko. Fans on the pass. She'll get the possession. She's going to methodically take it through the zone where Hadley Green blows a tire. She'll fall down. Lesko now tries to center one back out in front. Sonny Yang had a good chance. It got through her wickets. More battle for it along the boards. It comes out of the zone. Georgia's going to have to tag back up. Ooks will circle back through center. Now she'll send it around, play some dump and chase. A minute and a half remain in this second period. There's a nice move by Hadley Green. She's got Crouch. Crouch wasn't really ready for that one. And it's going to be icing on the Gamecocks.
Not exactly the traditional form of icing that we're used to, but, it's opportunities like that where, Georgia, you get a face-off and you just can't really get anything set up. And it's just really unfortunate, but it will come back to the South Carolina zone. So, late in this period, Georgia's getting opportunities again, but, Legault has been tasked with 34 shots on goal through not even 30 minutes of hockey, and it's truly, I think, a wonder that she's only allowed 2 of them to go in. And one of them, she was
Crouch block shot goes off the end boards. Avery Bowen in the corner now. Regains possession. Tries to center one out front. It came off the side of the net. Now she gets it out to her man. Oh, well, a save. Here's Hadley. Hadley Green circles the net. Takes a shot. Bouncing puck goes wide. Bowen gets possession, sends one back out in front, and it will be sent the length of the ice again for another Georgia icing call. 41 seconds remain in the second period. We're going to get a face-off as Carolina is going to change their personnel and get their goal scorers out there. McLarney's going to go against Hannah Smith, who's taken majority of the face-offs here tonight. Face-off is won. Now there's a tie-up under the ref's feet. Hannah Smith is going to gain possession for Georgia. Then can't clear it out. Giard backhander just goes wide of the net. Still jostling for it. It comes to Georgia's possession. Bailey, let's go. Gonna flip it to her teammate Hannah Smith, who can't control it. So back through center comes Carolina. Poked away there from Elwell. 10 seconds remaining in the second period. Final chance on offense. Elwell takes a shot. Blocker save. And with 3 seconds remaining, the zone is cleared. And it will be 2-1 after 30 minutes of hockey. And 15 minutes remain as these teams will get some more water, a 1-minute intermission, and we'll be back for the final 15 minutes of action. 2-1, and like you were talking about, JP, I mean, getting these looks is going to be crucial for Georgia here in this third period.
Yeah, and you know, they've had the opportunities, and most of them have come off of South Carolina turnovers, which is the big reason that second period was kind of a reversal. You know, South Carolina just completely controlled it, I think, all the way through. It's because they didn't turn the puck over in the neutral zone. They didn't turn it over in their own zone. And, you know, they were really able to limit what Paige Ukes is able to do. And, you know, Georgia's going to need her to go out and generate some stuff on her own. And, you know, if they aren't able to get that, if they aren't able to force some more turnovers, South Carolina very well could just salt away this victory.
That's JP Barry. I'm Austin McConnell. We want to thank you for joining us here on SGTV. A very nice day outside. In the middle of April of South Carolina, the weather's starting to get warmer. Hockey season's coming to an end. Playoff hockey right around the corner. These two teams are done after today. They had their fair share of playoff hockey just a few weeks ago in the College Hockey South finals, where, as we mentioned earlier, the Gamecocks lost 4-3 to Tampa. Congratulations to Tampa's women team for winning the championship of the College Hockey South. And Georgia is kind of looking to next season. They're looking to get back to the drawing board and see what they can come up with next year. At a 4-7 record and a short bench, I'm sure they're looking for more personnel and more wins next year.
Absolutely. You know, it is senior night for the Gamecocks. So talking a little bit about the seniors right now, starting with Hannah Donnelly, the forward from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Major integrated info technology with an English minor and has been playing hockey since 2020. Then you have Charlie Kutchman, who is injured, had 8 points in 2 games. The right winger, the senior from, you know, we don't actually have something listed here. And then the last senior, Gabby Ziegler, as the third period is underway here from the Plex.
Yeah, Kutchman on the bench there supporting her girls. As there's a lead pass for Dominique. She's going to get a stick on it. Now she's in the zone. She's going to pull up and send one around the boards. McLarney out front. Crouch actually took that shot. Now battle for it along the end boards. Sent towards the net. It goes wide. A tight defensive battle. Shaping up to be a good finish here. 2-1 is your score as we have just started the third period. And Bailey Lesko will retrieve the puck for the Bulldogs and start the breakout process. It's going to come through center. Lauren Newman, wearing 38 in white, will take it across the blue line. The defenseman stepping in. She's got a goal here tonight. She scored the first one for the Gamecocks after a collision in front. Crouch sends one around the boards. Madison Jennings clears it out now for the Bulldogs. Now a good steal for Bowen. Bowen's going to walk in, take a shot, and score! Avery Bowen! Third goal of the game for the Gamecocks. And number 10 in white is on the score sheet.
Well, that was quick, and, you know, we just talked about it during the brief intermission that the Gamecocks, or Georgia for that matter, needed to disrupt the Gamecocks offensively to get back into this game. They don't do it, and right there, the Gamecocks immediately pounce, score not even a minute and a half into this hockey game.
Avery Bowen cushion has been built. Third goal of the game for the Gamecocks as they go up 2. And number 10 in white is on the score. 3 unanswered have given them the lead here. Georgia early in that first period with about 7:30 remaining scored that first goal. It was Paige Ukes getting back on the score sheet. As here's another slap shot that goes wide. And more opportunities for the Gamecocks here. Throwing the kitchen sink at Georgia. Puck kept in the zone. It's Elwell. Excuse me, Hadley Green, a shot for the point. Loose in front, and it's held by Legault.
And something we talked about in the second period is that at some point, you know, you were asking a little too much of your goaltender. especially with, shortened periods. Right now she's sitting at 30 saves on 36 shots on goal. That's just, it's at some point.
Elwell deflection in front. Puck's still loose and Legault finally gets on it. Some more opportunities there from the Gamecocks. So we get some Kesha going on the Ox. It's been a fun day, a good crowd here in Flight Adventure Park in Irmo, South Carolina. Just about 20 minutes off campus from where the Gamecocks reside in Columbia. Georgia gratefully made the trip out to Irma. About an hour and a half, 2-hour drive, is now Elwell stepping in, scores! What a shot over the blocker of Legault. And Elwell's on the score sheet, making it 4-1 Gamecocks.
You just don't, you run out of things to say sometimes. And, to take a lesson from Bambi, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I'll refrain from commenting on the Georgia defenseman, just skaters as a whole. But it's getting brutal out there for the Bulldogs, and it's starting to look a lot more like the first 4 matchups between these two squads.
Yeah, Carolina's kind of had their way with the Bulldogs this season, and looks like they're on track to have their way again with them here in the third period. And I think it's just a lack of personnel. I think just being so short-handed it's tough. It's a struggle. Props to Georgia for playing so hard as long as they can, and they're going to continue playing hard here and get as many chances as they can. As Hannah Smith is going to go battle Nolette in the corner for it. It's going to come out to Crouch. A nice move through center. It's going to come to Hannah Donnelly. Little miscommunication there. Donnelly scoots it back up. It's a 2-on-1. Donnelly throws it off the boards. It will be chased in to the Carolina zone. Now it's wrapped around the boards there. A battle behind the Georgia net. Legault facing many shots here tonight. And a tie up there between Newman and Jennings. Sunny Yang for the Bulldogs. That's going to be sent the length of the ice, and it will be an icing with 11:26 remaining in the third period.
Hey, and your point about the depth, I mean, this is the part of the game where it just really starts to show. And, like you said, props to Georgia for coming out. But, you start to really kind of, the legs are, you can see it weighing heavily, the amount of ice time for each skater for the Bulldogs. They just aren't able to get to the puck like they were in the first period. The sticks are just lagging a little bit behind, which is the difference between breaking up a pass and then something that leads to a goal.
Elwell had that one tipped in front by Bowen. Now a nice move there from Dominique. Hit a body in front and it goes to the boards. Elwell's going to put one back on in the center of the ice. She's going to drop it back to McLarney. McLarney through the legs of the Georgia defense. And all over them right now is Carolina as that puck goes just wide. Elwell's going to scoop it back up. Send one towards the net. Rebound in front page. Ook's going to try and do it all. And she will just clear the zone and give Georgia a breath. Now back through center. It's Hadley Green. Hadley Green from the top of the key takes a shot and a good pad save by Legault. Hadley Green regains her own rebound. Now walks across the center ice. Hadley Green gets room, shoots, and it just goes wide. Bowen had a chance there on the rebound, went just over the stick. Now set back out in front. The puck is under Legault. That looked like it took a weird bounce off the skate of Dominique. But it remains 4-1 with just over 10 minutes remaining in the third.
Yeah, the Gamecocks are just quite literally skating circles around Georgia right now at this point in the game. And it's hard. It's hard to,
It's a very exhilarating sport. I think we can just leave it at that. It takes a lot out of you.
Oh, yeah, it definitely, it speaks to people that, I think sometimes people can forget just how hard of a game hockey can be. But here's tonight for Georgia, who's continuing to just, looks like she was shot out of a cannon there trying to race down for the Bulldogs.
Crouch. Gonna do the opposite of what Georgia wants here and take it into the zone. Good defense there from Paige Ukes. She'll take it from her own zone. Paige Ukes going to look to do it all herself for the Bulldogs. Back through center ice, she gets it poked away. Hannah Knight off the boards and off a defenseman, so it will be no icing as it comes to the goaltender. A little miscommunication there. And now Hadley Green is going to send it off the end boards. It's going to come around to Crouch. Genevieve Crouch with some speed, a 3-on-1. She's got Stutzman and Nolette with her. She tried to get it to Stutzman. That went just wide. She couldn't get all of her stick on it. Now back to the point it comes. Trying to be cleared out of the zone. It is. And time ticks off. Hadley Green across the blue line. Hadley Green going to step into a shot and a big save there from Legault. Hadley Green regains possession. Comes around, sends it out front. A shot, save made by Legault again. Now from the top of the key, blocked in front. Here's the shot from Newman. That's going to be stopped. And we'll get a whistle stopping the play with 8:55 to go.
Just didn't quite get enough on that one. It seemed like it jumped off the stick weird. Great setup. This has just been a masterclass the last 2 periods for the Gamecocks. They've been able to find their spots with passes. They're running their offense very well. It's exactly what they want to do, and I think we're going to get a timeout here with 8:55 left in the third period.
Looks like Georgia called a timeout and is going to give their team a breather here, get some water. Talk over some final minute strategies here. A lot is needed out of this Georgia team if they're going to get back in this one. First period, it looked like Georgia was going to come into Irmo and kind of pull off an upset here, but Carolina has responded well here in the second and third, getting those chances, and they're up 4-1. With, like I mentioned, 8:55 to go. If you're still tuning in, thank you once more for joining SGTV. Make sure you follow all our social media and subscribe to our YouTube so you never miss a live broadcast, any entertainment, or anything else we've got on the channel. We've got a lot of variety out there for the Student Gamecock television.
We have some cool stuff. I've heard that show Ball Don't Lie is pretty good. The hosts of that are pretty cool guys.
If you want to check out WUSC, I heard JP Sports Report is pretty good too, huh?
Allegedly. We'll leave that to the viewers to decide. I don't know. That guy can get a little weird sometimes. But,
he seems to know what he's talking about, though. He's a good guy, and just happy to be out here doing this with you. It's been a lot of fun.
A good way to spend a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time Hearn had to make a save, truth be told.
It's been a while.
She has, coming into this game, she had only faced 53 shots on the entire season in 6 games in net with a .296 goals allowed average. But she's helped out her save percentage quite a lot today. Coming into the day, it was a .568%, but she has 9 saves on 10 shots on goal, so she's sitting at 90% on the day.
Legault holds on to that puck. We'll get another whistle and another face-off on the glove side.
By my unofficial count, that was Legault's 40th save of the game. I mean,
40. And only letting in 4. That's just a great job by Legault. She has been absolutely phenomenal in net tonight. Needing some help in front of her, and it's been rough, to put it bluntly. It's now Sunny Yang hits the deck, and Nessa Nolette will circle back and send one. Looking into the center there, looked like she was looking for Bowen. Bowen's going to go chase it, and now McLarney going behind the cage. McLarney back up top for Newman. Newman sends one. Blocked in front. All came to Fanning on the pass, sent back out front, and it's going to come out of the zone.
What a setup that was, I believe, by number 8 for South Carolina. I'm trying to,
Morgan Giard.
Yes, there we go. But, she was right there in the wheelhouse, in the crease, but just couldn't quite get it past Lagarde.
Here's Bowen coming back through center for Carolina, getting another odd man rush. Paige Ukes there to play defense. It's centered back out in front. Here's Newman. She's going to let it rip. It's going to go off a skate in front of her. Ooks is going to clear the zone. And everyone's going to have to tag up. Here's McLarney wearing 5 in white for the Carolina Gamecocks. McLarney, a nice move around Ooks. McLarney going to try and go to the cage. She lost control of it. Puck is still loose on the side there. Now scrum for it. Crouch gets back on the ice. She'll win possession for the Gamecocks. McLarney behind the cage. Tried to center it out in front. Puck still loose. Can't be found. Finally, Lesko tries to clear it out. Hits the deck. Hits the wall next. And as that is cleared out of the zone, icing is waved off as it does not have the juice to get all the way to the goal line. 6:34 remain in this third period as Elwell, coming back through center, is going to halt, circle back, someone all the way across. A great chance out in front. Crouch just put it wide.
That was the tic-tac without the toe there, Austin. Great setup for South Carolina. They just didn't have the final piece for the puzzle to rocket it home and score their 5th goal of the game. But, I mean, that's just what the last 20 minutes of hockey have been for this squad.
Paige Ooks takes a shot that goes wide. She's going to go call for a substitution. Now Hadley Green back through center. Carolina going to try and catch Georgia on their line change. Dominique looking for somewhere to go with it. She's going to circle and spin. Circles once more. Now she's going to find somebody. Actually, she's going to go back to herself, and it's going to be cleared. Hadley Green at the top of the key now. Stops, circles back. That goes wide. Crouch tried to move it up along the boards. Can't be cleared out by Georgia. Finally, it is. Delayed offsides. Dominique tags up. Now back through center. Was Georgia, and that's a Hearns' first save in a while. She's starting to see some action.
I had even forgotten I could move my pin over to that side of the paper, truthfully. That was a nice shot on goal. Just nothing there to follow it up. And, you know, it's just...
Dominique now. One man to beat. Good defense there.
I think that's the most impressive play by Georgia since the first period. I mean, you know, the ability to back check there and use your stick to break up.
As a weird bounce in front there, Legault gets on the puck, and 4:46 remain in the third as we get a line change from both these squads here as they clean up traffic in front. Looked like Dominique stepped on the puck there and just kind of placed it right in front of Legault so she could cover it up. Well, the Gamecocks up 4-1. They bumped their goal differential up to plus 56, so they are definitely in the green, scoring their 73rd goal of the season today. And only giving up their 17th. Georgia on the opposite end, now at minus 46. They have given up officially their 101st goal as they check on the goal.
We missed the century mark.
We did.
And that would just be, that would be awful that Sage Legault got hurt here. She has been tremendous all night long. By my unofficial count, she has 41 saves on 45 shots on goal by the Gamecocks. And also, I don't think Georgia has a backup goalie with them. So that would be... things would get interesting here, I guess.
We talked about those shortage of numbers and personnel earlier. We've kind of talked about it all game. It's been a factor as Paige Ooks looks like she's got some still left in the tank. She's going to take it across the blue line, take a shot, and that just goes wide. That went through the 5-hole. Ahern doesn't know where it is. Ooks a nice move behind the cage. She's going to hit the deck.
And she is slow to get up. We're going to get a whistle here, but Ahern's lucky there. You know, the puck hit the inside of her blocker, and it just kind of skittered out. It very easily could have just found the back of the net. But, you know, no hard feelings here as Ooks is going to skate off.
She gets a nice applause from the home crowd here in Irmo. With 4:21 remaining, we're counting down the seconds until the end of the season. But we've got some more action still to be played as we're going to come back to the neutral zone for a face-off. It's going to be Hannah Knight, going against Avery Bowen. everyone gets situated, and a nice face-off win from Avery Bowen. Through center now, it's Stutzman. As her teammate hits the deck. Now comes all the way across. And for a second there. Hannah Knight hits the deck. And it's starting to get a little rough out there. The ice has seen about 46 minutes of play. Excuse me, 40-something minutes of play. As now Stutzman behind the Georgia bench is going to lose control of the puck. And it's going to be Jennings back through center. Jennings with a nice burst of speed. She's going to try and go to the cage. A good save there. Tries to center one out front. Puck still loose. And can't be cleared out. It's underneath Elwell. And finally she'll clear it out. And they're going to be called for a hand pass there. She used her hand to get it out of the crease. And I think the Gamecocks will take that whistle as it got dicey there.
You know, Hurd has stayed locked in throughout this game. I mean, she's been ready for these opportunities as Georgia has kind of had a last gasp of life in the final 5 minutes of regulation here. And she's been up to the task. She was hugging the post very well there, able to wall off any kind of shot from the face-off circle or the goal line. And that was one of the worst face-off drops I think I've ever seen in my life.
But it's been a long day for the refs as well, I'm sure.
Oh, hey, my feet are heavy, so Lord knows. Have we seen it? We have seen one power play in this game.
It's been a very disciplined game for both these teams. Gamecocks did kill that penalty.
Did she just pass it straight to a South Carolina skater?
Slap shot goes wide. And now battling for it in the corner. 2:45 remain. Here's a shot that goes wide as well. Now it's centered out in front. Here's a nice look for Giard, who's got a goal tonight as well. She's been a part of the 4 that are on the stat sheet. 4 different goal scorers for the Gamecocks tonight. It's been very diverse. Hitting the back of the net. It's just Nillette. That's a good block in front by number 12, Madison Jennings. Nillette now tries to bank it off the back of the goalie. McLarney now. Stopped by Ooks. It's cleared out of the zone as we've reached the 2-minute mark in this game. Final call for everybody. And a collision there. Madison Jennings went down. Now it's Hadley Green through center. Hadley Green takes a shot and a big save from Legault. Another one that she's had to close the butterfly doors on.
So we're gonna start singing the Minecraft parody of this,
yes.
right? Okay, good.
Yes,
I'm glad we're on the same page, man.
Yeah, Minecraft is still the game to play. I mean, you get your 2-week phase, 1-month phase in there.
You know,
it's fun. I'm
wish
not
it
good
was-
at it, but it's fun.
is it possible to be good at Minecraft?
I thought it was just like you
I-
just chill with the boys a little bit.
I like going into creative and just building whatever comes to mind. That's kind of
That's real.
kind
I
of
like
the way
the
I
mini
play.
games.
Yeah, there you go, the mini games.
You rock with like Spleef.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I rock with everything. My 1x1 dirt house.
Yet you got the green top.
Okay.
Final 70 seconds ticking off here as Carolina's en route to another win to end the season. They're gonna boost their record to 6-1. Their only loss coming from Tampa in the College Hockey South Championship that we mentioned a few times earlier, as there's another big save by Ahern, who has done a good job, like you mentioned earlier, staying on top of things and not falling asleep there.
What a great inaugural season for women's hockey here at the University of South Carolina. Great work by everybody involved. Very cool. And a great opportunity for us to get to be a part of it. You know, it's very cool. It's very fun. With about a minute to go here on their season, I think we can say that this has been a very successful first season. Hey, they even got bowl eligible.
Indeed they did. As Dominique's going to get one last shot here. Backhanded. Saved by Legault. Sounding like a broken record. But Legault playing phenomenal. And like you mentioned, a very, very great first season. It's very hard to start a program and an organization, let alone win. So we thank Gamecock Hockey, men's and women's, for letting them be a part of their journey, letting us be a part of their journey. 46 seconds tick off once we drop the puck as Carolina makes their final changes. It's going to come back to Newman. She's going to fan on a shot. Hannah Knight is going to be hit. And with 38 seconds remaining, we're going to get an interference penalty.
Are we serious?
On the Gamecocks. Looks like Lauren Newman made a little too much contact with Hannah Knight. And second penalty of the game comes in the final minute. Newman wanting an explanation from the ref. 34 penalty minutes on paper for the Gamecocks. Something they'll work on next season. And they're not losing many. They only have got 3 seniors. They'll be returning a lot of talented young women as Allwart sends one a kick save once more from Ahern. Cleared out of the zone. It'll be sent down to Legault, who will stop it with her pad, move it to Ooks, and with 20 seconds left, Ooks is going to have one final chance to get another multi-goal game. She's going to dump one down to Ahern. She's going to steer that one aside. 10 seconds remaining. Jennings tried to center it out front. Elwell's going to clear it the length of the ice. No icing because they're on the penalty kill, and that will do it. On senior night, Carolina women's hockey takes down the Georgia Bulldogs in a 4-1 fashion and end their season 6-1.
You know, Georgia will fall to 4-8 on the year. We got Sandstorm Arena here, but you know, Austin, it was a great game for the Gamecocks. They really flipped the switch after that first period. They trailed 1-0. Georgia was their only goal scorer, Paige Ooks, put the Bulldogs up 1-0 with 7:34 to go in the game. But then it was just all Gamecocks, including a flurry of goals in the third period to take a 4-1 lead. And you know, Austin, I feel like the choice for player of the game from Georgia is very obvious.
Yes.
You know, I feel like we'd both be in agreement saying it has to be Sage Legault. I mean, she ended with 43 saves on 47 shots on goal. Just a remarkable performance by her. Single-handedly kept this one from being just a total laugher. But for the Gamecocks, I think it's a little bit, it's interesting. Who do you have, Austin?
It's difficult to say. 4 different Gamecocks got on the score sheet tonight. And I don't know. I'm looking at the stats now. I'm looking at the roster. Everyone had a contribution to tonight's win and to the season all around. If you look at all the different point scores, Morgan Giard, Zoe Elwell, they all have 14, 15 points. I might go... Oh, man. I still don't know. I'd say all the seniors. All the seniors.
I think that's a good answer.
That's a good PR answer on the night. They get their flowers there at center ice. It was their night to be celebrated. We're very glad they were. As hugs and smiles all around for the Gamecocks.
Although we do have I think that is the injured senior that skated tonight.
She wanted to suit up and skate there for a little bit, just to say she played in senior night and be a part of this final special game. As now it's time for photo op at center ice. We want to thank everyone for joining us here at SGTV. Your Gamecocks get a 4-1 win on senior night. We'll be back next season for more action here at Flight Adventure Park in Irmo, South Carolina. Wishing Georgia safe travels back to Athens, and safe travels for the Gamecocks back to Columbia, which is not as far, but
still
got to go against the treacherous highway.
I-26, which we will also be taking. And don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, you're the people you like more than me, Spencer and Tyler, will be back in the fall. So you don't have to worry about hearing another JP solo cast anytime soon. We got some cool stuff cooked up, though, and we will be sure to let you guys know all about that. But for SGTV, I'm JP Barry.
And I'm Austin McConnell. Thank you for joining us here today. Signing off.